Hello everyone and welcome back. Oh, there's a piece of glass over my head. Let's take care of that real quick. How is everyone today? Welcome back to the Zueljin Patreon server. I'm Darth Coonstyle. Figured posing right in front of my head would be a nice little start to the video. We have a few things we need to do today. I am quite frankly getting really low on our good old nether brick. So I need to smelt up about, I don't know, a lot of netherrack. So go ahead and toss some stuff in our inventory while I talk to you real quick. Um, so my goal is to put out at least 2 videos a week. It's one of those things where I do have a full-time job, and it does make it a little difficult to be able to put out a lot of content. But at the same time, I think we'll be able to put at least 2, maybe 3 videos out a week, as long as people want to watch them. So I am going to try to fulfill that. Now, on our way over here, there is an area actually up above in the Nether Hub that was kind of the old hub when we first moved out here, because we hadn't decided yet that we were going to move down to Y70. So there's a whole area that kind of got dug out. Ooh, pucker moment. That we just didn't want to. We didn't want to deal with the portals not lining up exactly, or if you have one that's low underground and one high up in the sky, that one in the sky is going to go to it because, like I said, the Y level actually matters very much so in 1.8. So we decided to do that, and here's actually the top of the actual Nether hub. I'll hop down here for a moment to show it off, but yeah, obviously, like going from the 120 area down to 70, but this is actually the inside roof of the actual Nether hub. I'm going to need some blocks, ain't I? To get back up here, and I put a beacon up on top so we can have some speed too running around the Nether hub. So let's get back up here somehow. Hello. Alright. Where exactly are we? Okay, there it is. So, because of us pretty much abandoning all of this up here, it's like a little ghost town. It's kind of eerie. No one really ever comes up here except for me and maybe Sixy. But Sixy really hasn't been on very much lately. I know he's got a lot of stuff as far as school and stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm coming up here. We're gonna get an inventory full of netherrack, and then I'm gonna meet you back down at the base, and we will start smelting up and start crafting up some nether brick, and start on some more outlines to try to get some stuff done. So, as you can see, I've already cut out a little bit, so I'm gonna cut out some more. So I'll get started on this, and I will be right back. I'm back. It was kind of funny. I actually almost fell into this when I was trying to dig out this netherrack. I always forget, like, we're always kind of high up and everything up here, but I gotta start making sure I'm watching a little closer. Granted, I always, nowadays, I always keep a actual fire resist potion on me right there. Um, just because, like when I originally was building another hub, I fell in a couple times, and it was kind of a little bit scary moments there, almost dying and everything. The one time I did almost actually like got down to half a heart, but luckily I usually keep the ender pearls with me, so I was able to ender pearl out as soon as I fell in. So, um, but I got a full inventory now. I'm gonna head back to the base, get it smelting up, and but yeah, just to give you an idea. I know I didn't really get to show it from the outside in the last episode, but we've got quite a bit of view here. Um, the lower part down there is just where the little forest biome I put in on the underneath of another hub is, and you can see the steps coming down. So yeah, it gives you a little idea of the scale from the outside, anyways. But I really don't like this glass here. I have a feeling one of these days it's going to be broken. I'm just going to fall straight through. We put it there because pigmen can't spawn on it. In case people don't know, we try to keep everything as spawn free as possible, especially near the actual rails, because I don't know if anyone's ever done it, but going down a rail line and hitting a pigman, you get sent back the other direction. So, so heading back over to the base. Oh, sorry, I keep on getting distracted in what I'm doing. I keep on talking instead of doing what I need to do. So, yeah. Heck, I'm almost out of health or food already. Alright, so my furnaces that I have here are actually fed through lava buckets. I just basically go up and down and grab all the lava. For some reason, there were tons of lava lakes. Oops. Tons of lava lakes underneath my build, so it's quite nice for fuel. A lot of people don't use it. A lot of times they'll waste their coal and whatever else. But I basically set up a two chest system or a double chest that has two hoppers underneath it that go directly into the furnace, and the furnace is fed by the lava directly from behind it. So, as you can see, it fills up from the double chest up above. Once it fills up, it obviously will, or as things smelt, they'll automatically be output out of the bottom. So, it's kind of a nice way of just being able to completely ignore your furnaces for a while. I wouldn't call it cheaty, but it's definitely a convenience thing. Um, Especially a lot of times I'll just throw netherrack in here and run around and okay, time to go build this, build that. So I'm going to wait for that to smelt up, and I'm going to figure out what part we're going to do next. I got some granite I got to fill in. I'm wanting to put some windows up there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, so I'll probably continue the sides around like I have been, but I definitely needed this netherrack here to be able to finish the outlines for what's going up there. So I'm going to gather some materials, and I will be right back. And we're back. I decided and before I actually continue this on, I want to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with this. I was thinking about continuing the notches that come out, and I tried it here, and it kind of looks pretty good. Um, so I'm going to do that, and we're going to continue on while we talk for a minute. Actually, I got a speed or haste 2 beacon, which allows me to place 2 blocks every jump, which is really nice when you're pillaring up a lot. But as you can tell, it's pretty high up once you get all the way up here. Kind of wanted to show. I was going to use half slabs up here of nether brick, but I decided I was like, from the bottom it didn't look very good because it was way too thin. So the full top, or using a full block up top from the bottom, allows one to see like the actual border a little better. It kind of also makes it a little cartoony, if you will, which I was kind of going for as well. As you can see, we are quite a bit up here. I do have feather falling, but there are points up here where you can actually die, especially if you fall off the outside. On the inside, usually I'm fine. Especially I got a resist on the on my beacon as well. So uh, jump down here and sleep real quick, so we don't have to worry about having that little issue of mob spawns, because I do not have it all lit up here yet. But oh, Wiz is smelting wood for. I might have to bring him over some coal. He's got an awesome new build that he's building. So, alright, so as you can see here, on each one of these pillars where the lava falls down, I got glass popping in. So, here's what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and go through and try to fill some. Oh shoot! Try to fill some of this in. And then we'll go through and take a look at it together after it's done, and we'll look at seeing what exactly we want to do as far as adding detail. And because, like I said, I don't mind flat walls, but when you're talking about that much space vertically, I don't think it's going to look very good if it's just all flat. So we'll figure out something. So we'll cut again, and I will be back here in a little while. So I got communicated with here in the middle of my build here. Kelator is wanting to build a new Nether portal. Um, I volunteered to help him out because, oh, wait, yep, I got my flint and steel, so it's actually at 529, which is over that way, and it's just a little bit further down this tunnel. It's not that far away, actually, so I'm going to go ahead and set it up for him. We'll go ahead and record a little bit of this. So, but yeah, this is actually a path I made for Mana and Evotic, actually. They were doing a little area out in the middle of nowhere, and I just decided to help them out by making a little path that horses could traverse. So we can reuse this path, and eventually I'll probably build another hub down this far. But that's going to be a little while off, to be honest. 93. I need to eat real quick. So up to 93, which would be about right here. And he's going to get granite because that's what I have in my inventory. So 93, and this is why I carry a fire resist potion. It's only got about 29. It's out at 29, I should say. So let's go ahead and get this built out here for him. A little iffy if you're dealing with gas, but if you just keep running, you'll be fine. I'll tell him the same. Alright, so yeah, he's at 42.28 and 15.46 in the overworld, which again equates to what I just gave as far as coordinates, which is 529, 193. And we'll dig this out a little bit, just to make it a little easier if he wants to do whatever he wants to do. Efficiency sucks sometimes with this, but here's obsidian, and I tend to make my portals 3 wide just because it's odd, so there's a center point. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Let me dig that out real quick. Alright, and let's light it. And go through. He said he was going to build a portal, so see how this pops up. Huh! A couple blocks off, not too bad. He obviously wants it to be that one. Just a few blocks in the overworld, doesn't really matter. So I'll go ahead and rip this back down, get some free obsidian out of this. Yeah, whenever it's like less than 8 blocks, there's nothing you can really do about it. I mean, it just is what it is. Of course, I'll warn them about the being over a lava lake, but sorry about the silence there. But yeah, I can't really type and speak at the same time. I have a little problem with that. But yeah, just what I do. I just try to make sure the portals are fairly aligned. Um, like I said, in our one of the old hubs, there was a little bit of an issue. So, but yeah, I'm going to pop into TeamSpeak with Kel and see what he's doing. So, and I don't want to give too much of this away. So, unless I get permission. So, I'll be back soon. Well, I am back, and I had a little issue. I turned around and I was doing one of those things where helping another person, you know how you tend to get screwed doing that? Yeah. One of my buddies, Wiz, turned around and has a brand new base. And I was like, okay, well, let me go build this second nether tunnel while I have all the obsidian in my inventory and everything. And I was like, okay, no problem. And it ended up being right over top of a nether fortress, which kind of caused a bit of an issue. So I turned around and I was like, oh, let me just run over there and do it, and this, that, and the other. And next thing I know, like for some reason, about 6 blazes spawned and three nether skeletons spawned. And next thing I know, I withered to death. So I kind of exploded and I lost some gear. In particular, I lost my Unbreaking 3 Silk Touch Efficiency 5 pick, which makes Star sad. But nonetheless, my pants are pretty much beat, and I'm not really willing to wear them right now. So I figured I would take this opportunity to take you guys over to the end farm, which, in my personal opinion, is looks a lot better than a lot of them. Even the Hermitcraft one, I mean, they used a black glass thing to give the illusion like you're gonna fall down, and you don't have to just do that to give an illusion of void and everything. I mean, it's a nice touch, but my personal opinion, maybe it's because I've been on here for a while and I'm like really enjoying it. Um, I think this one probably looks better. So let's head over there. Oh, good lord, what the sounds. Little trick for everyone to understand there. The cards actually act as a player as far as sounds. So if you turn it down, then turn it back up, it turns off. But yeah, back there was the desert, and I know I haven't shown this in previous videos because it's just kind of a long tunnel, and I kind of was trying to save it for when I actually had to go down somewhere and record. Um, I dug all of this out personally, and it took a little while. So, and collected all the resources too. Back there is the mesa, and as well as we have Witch Hut over there. But yeah, so that just turned a corner. Wow, my mouse is acting up a little bit today. That is Lone's base, and if you have not seen the Zueljin Patreon base tour of Lone Bigfoot, I highly recommend it. I don't think Lone has his own channel, um, but I really wish he did because he does some amazing builds. But as you can see, this is our little. I'll just kind of tour it a little bit right now. This is our. I'd call it a little kiosk, if you will. Over here is the actual freight line that I had mentioned in the previous video. If anyone wants to put freight going back and forth between the Nether Hub, New, and over towards Newtown, they can do it right here. There's additional chests here to help people out as far as like throwing items in, send things over, going back and forth. It works very well. Um, Now, there's actually an iron line that goes up to the what we call the old new Nether Hub, which is where the Titan is connected to currently. Even though the Titan is going to go through a little rebuild, we're going to move the spawn chunks here soon. But as you can tell, this part of the hub is a lot more claustrophobic compared to what I built. This is what is existing, and we just kind of build off of it. And we turn around, we were trying to go for more grandiose. Um, this is the original Nether Hub right here. This. Obviously, we've spread out a little bit since then. We've gotten a lot more members. The way I understand it, at least before I was on, is that each tunnel kind of went off like this. This is like one of the last existing tunnels like this, where they went off at an angle and people just built off whatever. It's kind of a failed project, at least as far as I've heard. Obviously, though, if it worked, we would have continued it on. But nonetheless, I mean, this Nether Hub actually is quite a nice thing to deal with compared to when it ended up becoming the new Nether Hub, which we have blocked off right here where the Iron Titan portals will conflict. Because if you can see up here, the Y is on Y 19.5, which is basically Y 120. And one of the problems that we found is that if you make a bunch of portals up here, you tend to have a little issue with Y coordinates in the overworld. So, for example, if you have one base directly where the portal should be, as far as on the X and Z coordinates, and it happens to be at Y30, then you have another portal 100 blocks this direction in the overworld. It will seek downward um, as far as like across the XZ coordinate, as far as in Minecraft concerns, going all the way down to bedrock. So it starts at the top and goes downwards. So if you turn around and you put a portal here, for example, which apparently linked to Titan, which goes all the way over here, because of the height differences where the portals were in the overworld, they did not match up and it caused issues. The way we rectified that in our new Nether hub is that if you have a slightly elevated portal, then we'll go up a little bit. So from Y70 to maybe Y85. If you have a de-elevated, so subterranean nether portal, could be at Y30. Well, let's go down to Y45. That way they're closer to each other and it's not as much of an issue, and going down from there, it doesn't cause linking issues. Like currently right now in the old nether portal, or actually in a brand new one I should say, we actually have the main nether portal for the spawn town is right there in the middle of the hub, but not even from here to here down about 20 blocks there's another portal, and they both link like they're supposed to. So, but we're heading off to the end. I just needed to. I'm going to do some enchanting because I lost my nice pick. Oh, God. That just scared the crap out of me. There used to be a wall back here. I don't know what that is. We'll figure it out eventually, but we're going to head to the end farm. All the cats. We're going to head to the end farm. Now, I do want to show this off before I cut, though. Like I said earlier, this one is kind of something special to me. Maybe it's because I've been in here so often. I mean, in my stats, I've probably killed over 30,000 Endermen at this point. Actually, let's just find out real quick. Mobs. Endermen. Wow, 40,000 Endermen. So, most of those have been obviously in here. Um, but, I'll tell you what, when it comes down to it, like the Hermitcraft one is all like black glass, which is enough to scare someone half to death. But I think this one works out fairly well. And one thing we did have to do after 1.8 is we had to take out our little water version uh, where the TNT would go because it kept on blowing up everything. Like even though it worked fine in the past, but as soon as we updated the server to 1.88, for some reason, like the hoppers would go above it, the fence post would be the only thing standing from pretty much this direction here all the way around. It was pretty bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gain some levels. I got to repair my pants. I mean, they're down to 144, but I really don't want to go losing gear. I know my boots are pretty close to. I think I'll leave them for a while, but for some reason I just get antsy about pants because I kind of forget about them. So we'll deal with that, and then I'll probably enchant myself up a new pickaxe, and then I'll meet you back at my base. So see you in a bit. And we're back. Turn around and was able to get myself a nice pickaxe. If you look at it right here, uh, efficiency 5. I got an efficiency 4 by itself, and then I got an unbreaking 3, efficiency 4, and silk touch by itself. I went ahead and combined them up, and now I have the ultimate pickaxe. I'm going to do my best to preserve this thing, and I might actually stow it away next time I go to another and start building over lava lakes, and especially fortresses. I think I learned now. Do not screw with withers. Anyways, so my goal was met today, and I'm rather happy with it. I was able to get a couple pieces of gear, um, like a regular if unbreaking 3 actually pickaxe, and a lot of people turn around and have the luck of getting efficiency for um, silk touch, and then they don't have unbreaking on it. So, and my goals for the future are actually to have an actual armor shop. So maybe I can sell an item like that, or I can use it myself. I don't care either way. I got really lucky underneath my base when I was mining out all the diorite I needed for the Nether hub, and then subsequently to the granite that I needed, and andesite, and everything else. I was actually able to find quite a few blocks. I gave a lot away. I lost some in a glitch, but I don't care at this point. Like, I have enough to where I'm happy. I do need to go mining again soon for other resources anyways, so if I find diamonds along the way, even better. But yeah, that was another hub. And let's head on. Let's try to head back. It'll take me directly back to my base if I can ever get the direction down. Um, and again, the poor dragon, that poor bastard. He died right here. People built some little planets up in the sky. It's kind of cool. Long before I was on the server, but so I guess I take it for granted a lot of times. But I look up and I see, oh, there's Earth. So I'll go ahead and pop in here, and we're going to head over, and I want to show you a little bit of work I got done. I probably shouldn't have gone from this direction, but it really doesn't matter. Let me throw the extra ender pearls I grabbed into my nice little storage here. So throw them in there. They automatically start filtering down. As you see it there, popping in and out of inventory. So yeah, I wouldn't say I went ham, but I kind of went a little more than I was planning on with skipping in between video segments. I'm just like, oh, let's just get this done. And I really am liking, at least, okay, imagine here. You turn around and you come out of my little kiosk over here. There, you pop out and it's like, bam. What are you looking at? You're looking at a huge wall. And yes, we're going to add detail. We're going to add a lot of detail. I'm thinking beyond the vertical detail. I'm going to see about maybe adding windows in at various points, especially in between like the polished here, then the regular, then back to the polished. But that's a little bit down the line. And it takes a little bit to make sure everything's lined up properly. I got to make sure I'm on the correct Y coordinate, and I got to make sure I have the right amount of glass. How embarrassing would it be? It's like, oh, I get halfway through a build on a video and I'm out of glass. So now time to go farm. So that is one of those things that we'll work on it. It's going to get done. One thing I do want to ask anyone who's watching this is that, what do you think of this pillar here? Obviously, it's a work in progress. It's one of those things where I wanted to see how I felt about it. If you look here, there's going to be another one over here. And then theoretically there'd be one on the opposite corner, and in the opposite corner on the back side of my little kiosk here, where it's going to go down into my actual rail line system that takes you wherever you want to go in here. So, but my thing is that way to press backwards when you want to go to forwards. When you come to the build, yeah, I mean, the lanterns on the side look fine. I mean, I don't think they look bad. Obviously, this pillar will not be here. But my thought is, and my question really is to the audience, is what's going on here? Do I need to add more detail? I added this little shelf here. Tried to break it up a little bit. Do we need something like that above? Do we need to get rid of them? What do we need to do? I'm kind of a little bit of a loss. Yeah, a lot of times I'm pretty much dead set sure what I'm going to do. But for some reason, I can't tell. Maybe I need to see more of what I'm building above and how it interacts, but I almost don't want it. But we'll see what other people say. So I appreciate you guys for viewing my video today, and I really hope that you guys stop back for episode 3. I know this is a little longer than what I intended for a second episode, but hopefully you guys like what I'm doing here, and let me know any suggestions, especially on that pillar. Like I said, I feel like there's got to be some type of support. Maybe I just need to be like, okay, center support where the beacons are. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out together. So I hope you all have a terrific day, and have a good night.